Welcome back to the Cap Rack. My name is Tyler Blumenstick, joined by Sam Meehan. It is Tuesday, February 23rd. Back with some college basketball picks for you today. The Cap Rack is about to get a little less frequent, I think, because we're going to have to record super early in the morning. I have to go into the office now for work, which is no fun, but it is what it is. It's real life. It's not pandemic COVID world. So, Sam, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Up a little earlier than I'm used to, but it's no big deal.
No, it's definitely not desirable, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're gonna run through some picks. We have 8 from the model today that are within our profitable range from 0 to 1 points of edge. We'll start off with Kansas at Texas. Texas minus 2.5, 139.5 on the spread. We're looking at a 70-71 Texas win, so we're getting 0.99 points of edge there on Kansas. Only saying a 1.5 point win for Texas. So I don't know. This is a really interesting game today. Kansas definitely playing a little bit better.
Hmm.
Texas, same thing. I mean, they had a little bit of a slump and a little bit of issues COVID-wise, but what's up? What do you
Yeah, I
think?
mean, I mean, Kansas here is they've won 5 in a row, including against Texas Tech and Oklahoma State, two solid teams. They're figuring it out at the right time. I'm not saying Texas is struggling at all, but look at that WVU game where they led the entire way, and then slowly but surely WVU started just chipping away in the second half and came back and won that game.
Yep.
Just foul trouble definitely played a part of that, but um, I just right now I trust this Kansas team more than I do Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, even though Kansas was a little shaky in the third parts of the season, but they're figuring out where they need to. So I like him here to cover this 2.5. I'd probably buy a half point, make it a nice even three.
Interesting. I
But
don't know how to cap this game.
I like Kansas.
That's what I thought yesterday, but the more I'm looking at this and the fact that you brought up the foul trouble with Ramey, I pulled like when I was watching that last game, Kansas versus it was Texas Tech.
Hmm.
Um, Kansas's size was the real reason. There's the size out of their guards was the reason why Texas Tech's defense could not do anything. Texas Tech has a good defense, but the fact that Marcus Garrett is as big as he is and Ochai Agbaji is as big as he is, like Mac McClung couldn't do anything like defending them. And you look at Kansas, like, yeah, they're good, but Texas's guards can stack up with them in terms of talent and size. And Texas has the edge on the inside in terms of size.
Hmm.
So as long as they don't get a huge comeback like last time, I feel like Texas is a solid home dog play here. I don't love it, but like,
Home dog, no, they're favorites.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
home favorites. I don't know. This is tough for
it's
me.
early.
It's gonna be a late decision for me when on this game at least.
I'm all on Texas. A few times, or I mean Kansas. I'm on Texas. I'm on Kansas. A few times Texas is kind of you know struggled to score. I know there was a Baylor game where they just stalled for a while, and the same
Yeah.
with that WVU game, and then I mean Kansas won't make it easy for them either. So
Totally. Now, Kansas is going to be a live dog in this one. Let's move on to Georgia Tech at your Virginia Tech Hokies. -1.5 in terms of Virginia Tech.
uh,
137. We got a 71-68 Virginia Tech win. We have a Virginia Tech cover. 0.97 points of edge there. Sam, unfortunately, I disagree today. Virginia
yeah,
Tech coming off a COVID layoff, like they're a more talented team when you look at the scope of an entire roster. Georgia Tech probably has the best player on the floor tonight. However, I don't know. The COVID layoff is just tricky.
yeah, it's been
I think Alvarado's definitely the best player on the
they
floor.
haven't played in 16 days. Yeah, I'm a
I was
little
shocked to make them
nervous.
favorites.
I wasn't too surprised. I mean, they are 14-4. They have been playing good
Yeah,
ball all season. Um, this probably be a steer clear game just because I'm not sure what to expect from Virginia Tech tonight.
it's fair. I mean, that's really the reason I like Georgia Tech. I feel like it's worth taking the 1.5 points against a team that's fresh. So I don't know. It's up to you. Let's move on. We got West Virginia at TCU. The line yesterday was 8.5. It's now 7.5 in favor of West Virginia. 147 on the total. We have a 76-67 West Virginia win. 0.95 points of edge there. I'm really happy this flipped to West Virginia because TCU is not a great team. I know they're home, but West Virginia
Mm,
showed that they have the talent to come back against a team like Texas. I think they're going to blow out TCU tonight. I feel like this line's really, really low. I mean, we have a really big spread today on the card with Baylor and Iowa State, so I expected this to be up there also because TCU is not great. Oklahoma is a 10-point favorite at Kansas State. TCU is not great. What do you think?
they're not great, but they're not that bad either. I mean,
Yeah.
they're an 11-9 team. That's respectable. They got some decent wins against like Oklahoma State. But yeah, West Virginia really shouldn't have a problem here. Those final 10 minutes against Texas really should. Like, this team is never out of it. It's a few times this season where they've come back big against these good teams again in the Big 12. Um, I think the key to West Virginia here, they get out to a quick start. Because I mean, TCU at home, if they get out to a hot start, it could be getting some dangerous territory there.
Yeah. Okay. So we have West Virginia on the pick there. Next, moving on to Penn State at Nebraska. Penn State -6, 141 and a
Ew.
half on the total. 75-70 Penn State win. We got Nebraska against the spread on the pick. 0.78. This is a steer clear for me. I don't even want to dive into this. This is scary. Penn State is not a good team, but they somehow keep getting these, like, I mean, they are a good team talent-wise, but like they don't perform well. Usually they're not consistent, and Nebraska is just not a good team. And the 6 points is like right in that touchdown range where I'm like, I don't like to touch this at all, but I'm sure you share the same sentiments.
Yeah, this game's a little scary. Penn State tends to play to their opponents,
Mhm.
so whether it's playing up or playing down, so definitely a scary game. I mean, don't hate Nebraska here, but as a pretty big home dog, especially last time at Penn State, Penn State only came away with a 1 point victory. So
Okay.
I don't hate the Nebraska play here, but still might be a steer clear.
Yeah, it's tough. Okay. So next we have Connecticut at Georgetown. 4-point favorites for Connecticut, 138 on the total. We have a 70-66 win. Nearly 5 points of margin there. So UConn's going to be the pick with 0.77 points of edge. I like this. Definitely like this.
I like this too. UConn's playing some pretty good basketball.
Book Knight's
Um,
back
Book
officially.
Knights back they gave Villanova a pretty good game. Took a backdoor cover for Nova to cover that game, but yeah, Georgetown, they're just not quite not quite up with the UConn talent wise. They have won two in a row though, but it's against Butler and Seton Hall.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think UConn really shouldn't. 4 points, not a big spread here. If it were a little higher, obviously would be a little less confident, but only 4 points. I like
for
to take
sure.
that.
Okay, next we have St. John's visiting Villanova. Villanova -11.5, 154.5 on the total. We have an 83-72 game, just under 11 points of difference there. So St. John's is going to be the play as the road dog. We got 0.71 points of edge. I kind of like this play as well. I mean, we saw Villanova play UConn. It was a really kind of scrappy game down the stretch. It was really close. Nova had to pull out that cover and win by 8 to get the 7.5. I mean, St. John's is pretty comparable to UConn. I think UConn's definitely still the better team.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a team play Villanova Saturday and then you have a team that's pretty similar playing them on Tuesday, getting what, 4 or 5 more points, so like 2 buckets. I think St. John's can cover this number. I know it's at Villanova, but still.
Yeah, and they definitely can with the firepower they have. And last time these two teams played, St. John's won by 11 at home. So, I guess they kind of know how to beat this team. I'm sure Villanova will have some adjustments, but 11 and a half, 12 points, so that's a lot of points for any team, really. So I like St. John's here.
Yeah, I think it's a cool play.
Keep it close enough.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're going back to this now. We got LSU visiting Georgia. 5.5 on the spread. We
Holy
have
points.
164 on the total. 85 to 80 predicted LSU win. That's 5.5 points of edge there, or 5.5 points difference in the score prediction. 0.07 points of edge. So we're getting LSU as a road favorite. I'm staying away from this game. I would go over because it went over last time by like 25 points or something. It was something ridiculous,
Hmm.
but I don't know. LSU, I was comfortable taking the 4 when they were at home, but 5.5 on the road, I don't
That's a
know.
lot, especially when Georgia turned into the best team in the country when they go down by 20.
They really do. It's not even a joke.
Yeah, so definitely like the over here. That is, I think, the exact same total for LSU Auburn on Saturday, and no, we were a little skeptical, but that game flew over.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if either of these teams hits 100.
It's definitely possible. Okay, so next we have Illinois. Well, last we have Illinois at Michigan State. Illinois minus 6.5, 144.5 on the total. We're looking at a 77 to 71 win. Um, I actually didn't change the spreadsheet here. The total, it was 7 yesterday. It's now 6.5. Michigan State was the play, but it's actually an Illinois play.
Thank
Believe it or not, thank God.
God.
Which is pretty cool. So, I mean, Illinois definitely. I want to. Who did they play this weekend?
They played Minnesota and they beat
They
the
blew them
living
out.
shit out of them. They
Yeah,
went into Minnesota and won by 31.
that's pretty crazy. Illinois 16-5, 13-8 against the spread. Michigan State 11-9, 5-15 against the spread. Not good.
Yikes.
Now, I think Illinois is. I don't really know. Like, yes, Michigan State can keep this game close at home. However, I think there's a much, much bigger chance that Illinois just blows them out.
Yeah, Illinois is starting to figure it out.
Yep.
They had some letdowns early in the season, but now they've won 7 in a row, including this beat down of Minnesota, and they beat down Wisconsin not too long ago as well. So they're figuring it out at the right time as well, just like Kansas. I said about Kansas earlier. So I think 6.5 points is easy here for Illinois.
I think so. Okay, so you have any other plays for today, real quick, before we wrap this up? I hop in the shower and go to work.
um, I kind of like Mizzou minus 4 against Ole Miss. But don't particularly love it because Ole Miss won the game last time. But Mizzou at home, don't hate them. So, and Oklahoma minus 10. K State stinks.
All right, all right, all right. I mean, I don't really have much else other than that. So you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Caps on Sports. Check out our website, www.capsonsports.com. Pretty much it. So for myself, Tyler Blumenstick, and my co-host, Sam Meehan, we will see you when we see you. Can't make any promises, but we'll be back eventually.